there people, how are we all doing out there today? Ryan White for High Point Music's online video tutorials, and today we're going to break down that immortal tune by Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Now, this is possibly one of the most iconic guitar parts ever written, and in today's lesson we're going to break down all the parts that you need out there to be playing along just like that with the track, having a great time. But just quickly people, before we get started, if you would like to support High Point Music and allowing us to continue to push out content at the rate that we are, you can be one of those awesome people that sign up for our Patreon account. Base level memberships as low as $2 per month, and these memberships really help us out with production costs. With all that said and done people, let's drop this intro and get stuck into learning this really cool tune. Okay people, so we're going to be working purely with open chords today. So in the opening section of the tune, the first open chords we're going to need are an E minor 7 voicing just like this, which is our first finger on the second fret on the A string, second finger on the second fret on the D string, third finger's on the third fret on the B string, fourth finger is on the third fret on the E, and just targeting the 6 strings like that. Alright people, what we're going to be doing with this starting off is, okay, that little sequence before we go into the strumming like that. So that's a hammering on our open A string to the D string, and then hitting that note for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we make the chord around it like that. So that's the movement we're trying to practice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's our just bass level, what we're trying to do there. So 3, 4. And strum 2, 3. And strum 2, 3. Okay, so with the strumming pattern with this tune, it's slightly improvised in the introduction. It just works around a main theme. So what I've wanted to do with this lesson is, because there's going to be people looking at this video coming from all different skill sets, I'm going to give it a really base structure. So targeting people who are just getting started, give them a structure they can work with. If you are a more experienced player, you're not going to need me to lay out the strumming patterns. You can take that basic structure and improvise around, just like Dave Gilmour does on the track. So coming back, we've just gone 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go open G string, which is between our second and third fingers, and then second finger on the D string, coming off to the D like that in open position, and then into a G major, voicing like that. So just recap those notes. So we've gone from our E minor 7 to the G, second finger on the D string like that, coming off to the open D string, and then into our G major, voicing like that. So the way you would play that G major is your first finger goes on the second fret on the A string, second finger on the third fret on the E string, third finger on the third fret on the B string, and lucky last friends, we've got our fourth finger on the third fret on the E. And then we're applying that basic strumming pattern, which is, so 1, 2, 3. Alright people, we're going to go really steady, put those two bits together. Let's check it out. So from the beginning we go hammer on, open, like that, E minor, 1, 2, 3, open G, D string, second finger comes off, like that, to G. On the top there, 1, 2, 3. Let's run that again from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, G string, second finger, open D, G major chord. And then from that we hit the top of the G and then apply the same. Like that, E minor 7, 1, 2, 3, G. I'll just keep that going. So third fret, hammer on the open, open D, second finger there, E minor 7, 1, 2, 3, G, second finger on the second fret on the D, open to G, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so important points to keep in mind from the beginning, that when we start off, we go beginning on the A string here, but once we get back to revolving, using the G major chord like this, we begin that riff from the E string where it's, okay? All right, cool. Second part of this introduction, people, is we go like this. And then we come up to our D string and go 2, O, 2, O on the A, like that. So it's 2, O, 2, O on the A string. And then we're dropping our first and second fingers down a string from where they were on the A and D strings to the D and G. And then we're strumming the bottom 5 strings there. So the way that works, so from our E minor 7 to our A sus there. So from the E minor again. So D, open, A string, open, to the drop our first and second fingers down. Cool, that's the part. What we're going to do, I'm going to walk through the intro part really slowly now so you can see how both of these variations fit together and you've got a very sensible approach to practice it up at home. So let's get into it, people. From the beginning, E minor 7, G, 2nd fret, open on the D string to G major, 1, 2, 3. E minor 7, G, D, open, G major. And then we go hammering on. This is leading us to the second variation. And then we go D string, open, A string, open to the A sus here. And then from this part we hammer on, just like we did in the introduction on the A and D strings, at our strumming pattern. 1, 2, 3. D, open, A string, open. 2, 3, 4, and then we go to G. For 2, 3. Second time you repeat that after the guitar solo plays over the top, it only goes 2 times or 2 bars through that before dropping into the verse. And that's where we're going to get to now, people. So there's 2 4-bar chord progressions we're going to break down here, and the chords we're going to be using are C major to D to A minor, and then G major. That's our first 4. Then it goes D to A minor, is our second 4, to C, and then to G. Before dropping back into that part, let's go through those chords now. C major. Just quickly, people, our first finger's on the 1st fret on the B string, second finger's on the 2nd fret on the D, third finger's on the 3rd fret on the A, like that. Our D major is next with our first finger on the 2nd fret on the G, third finger's on the 3rd fret on the B string, second finger belongs on the 2nd fret on the E string, bottom 4 to 5 strings with that chord voicing there. A minor, people, is our first finger on the 1st fret on the B string, second finger's on the 2nd fret on the D, third finger's on the 3rd fret on the G, targeting the bottom 5 with that. Okay, and then our 4th chord, we're well aware of that, which is a G major. And then we go through back to D, which we've already covered, to A minor, which we've covered, to C major, which we've covered, and then G. Cool, so let's break down the first 4 bars we're going to be using with the strumming pattern. Okay, strumming pattern, people, are going to keep it nice and simple. So starting on C major, bass on the A string. So bass and down, down, up, bass and down, down, up to D, which is our bass string on the D, coincidentally. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. Our bass note is on the E string here, and down, down, up, bass, and down, down, up. All right, people, we're going to take that strumming pattern through to the next chord progression, which is D major, 2, 3, 1, 2, down, down, up, to A minor, bass on the A string, down, down, up, bass, down, down, up, to C major next, bass, down, down, up, bass, and down, down, up to G. Okay, and with that there, once you get through the end of that chord progression, we go 1, 2, revolve right back into that opening riff just like it does in the track. So there we have it, people. Nice and simple. That's all the parts that you're going to need to be able to build those skills and to be able to play Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. If you appreciate the content of this video, people, you can show your appreciation by smashing those like, subscribe, and share buttons. And you can also sign up for a support membership on our Patreon channel, which allows us to output the content for you wonderful people out there. If you have any challenges that you are facing on the instrument and you would like to get my help personally, the quickest way to talk to me one-on-one is to book an online coaching session. I conduct those via Skype. All the details are below the video, so click on through to that, follow the details, and I'll be talking with you shortly. Other than that, people, if you've got any questions or requests for future content coming up on the channel, by all means, get in touch. Let us know what you're working on, what you'd like to be playing, and we'll go about tailoring our content to help you people out there to reach your goals in the quickest possible time. Have a lot of fun. Very iconic tune, people. Practice it up, get at it, and I'll talk to you all shortly.